Sankaracharya actually, Lord Shiva himself, Shankara himself. He came in the Kalau Brahmana Murtina, Mayavada Ashat Shastram, Prachannam Bauddham Uchyate, Mayaiva Vihitam Devi, Kalau Brahmana Murtina. Narayan, Lord Narayan asked him, this Kali Yuga is coming, all rascals will be there, all Buddhus and all, what is that, irreligious rascals will be there. They will be following nothing. So you make a philosophy. First of all, Buddha came. Buddha, why he came? Buddha is one of the 10 incarnations, Dashavatar. But why he came? Because people were misusing the Vedas. They were killing animals. Some parts of the Vedas there is, you can kill animal. This is for those who are in tamasic people, who cannot stop eating meat. So you don't eat every day like an idiot. You once a month on Amavasya day, you cut one goat and offer it to Kali, and that temple of the Kali should be outside the city precincts, because it's a very heinous act. It is not even clean. So you go outside the city, don't even be in the city, and do there. And then Balidan, then you can eat. And then you have to say this mantra, Mamsa khadati iti mamsa. You have to define the word mamsa there, in front of the goat, in front of the Kali Vigraha. Mamsa khadati. This goat, the soul in this goat's body, in the next life, I am agreeing to be killed by this person here, and he will eat me. So I will become the goat, he will become the human, he will kill me. I am agreeing to that, and then cutting and eating. So the whole point is to stop it. After some time, if I understand what I am doing, then I will say, better not stop, what am I doing? That's the whole point. But they never cared. Vedas say we can kill animals. Okay, just kill animals. Who cares? No rule, nothing. Then what happened? So Buddha came. He said, enough, you all don't know what is even Vedas. Nindasi yajna vidhe raha shruti jatam sadaya hridaya darshita pashudhatam kesavadhrita buddha sharira jaya jagadisha. So he said, okay, you are not even qualified to understand Vedas. You forget the Vedas. Now I will teach you a path of ahimsa. Ahimsa paramo dharma. The non-violence is the greatest tenet. He preached non-violence. Then he preached. But he did one thing. He rejected the Vedas. Okay, you don't understand. You don't keep aside the Vedas. Don't touch. So he rejected the Vedas. Of course, for a good purpose, but it was an emergency situation because there were no brains to understand the Vedas. But what happened? In the Vedas is the knowledge about Krishna. So that knowledge also was rejected as a side effect. So it became atheism. Buddhism is actually atheism. Bauddha hoita nastik. Vedana maniya Bauddha hoita nastik. To not believe in God is nastik, atheism. To not believe in the word of God is also nastikya, atheism. Because God and His word are not different. So this is atheism. So Sankaracharya had to repair that situation now. So Sankaracharya came, and what did he do? So after Buddha came and left, later King Ashoka came, and he was a great patron of Buddhism. And because of his influence, the entire India was full of Buddhism. Entire India, which is a Punya Bhumi, with so many places where the Lord personally walked. Lord Ram walked, Lord Krishna walked, all the various avatars walked, various devotees walked in that land. And that whole land became Nastik, place of Nastiks. So Sankaracharya came, his contribution was, he wanted to bring back the Vedas somewhere or other. Somewhere or other. His was not an eternal religious principle. His mission was somehow to bring the Vedas. But his philosophy is very destructive. So he preached a philosophy very similar to Buddhism. Buddhists say there is no God. Sankaracharya says there is God, but he does not have a form. Buddhists then thought, okay, that is fair. Okay, that sounds the same as us. Okay, we'll accept. That is how Sankaracharya came inside. You see, you have rejected the Vedas, but Vedas say what you are believing. Oh, is it? Oh, okay, we will accept that. That's how we brought back the Vedas. and Narayan. It's all recorded. You see, Sankaracharya is not at fault, for it is under the order of the Supreme Personality of Godhead that he has covered the real purport of the Vedas. If he showed that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead directly, they were all atheists, they were taught not to believe the Vedas by Lord Buddha, who was Krishna himself. But it was an emergency situation, he had to do that. Now, here you see, in the Padma Purana Uttarakhanda, the words of Lord Shiva himself. Lord Shiva himself is saying this to Parvati Devi. Mayavadam asachastram prachannam bauddhamuchyate mayaiva kalpitam devi kalau brahmanamur rupinam brahmanaschaparam rupam nirgunam vakshate maya sarvasvam jagatopyasya mohanartham kalau yuge. The Mayavad philosophy, Lord Shiva informed his wife Parvati, is impious, asat shastra, a very misrepresented version of the Shastra. Asat Shastra. It is covered Buddhism. Prachanna Bauddham. Bauddham means Buddhist philosophy. Prachanna means hidden. It is a hidden way of Buddhism only. My dear Parvati, in Kali Yuga, I assume the form of a Brahmana and teach this imagined Mayavad philosophy. Mayavad philosophy means what? Mayavadam means when Krishna, avyaktam vyaktimapannam, they say ultimately everything is avyakta, formless. When it has to descend into this material world, I don't know why, they don't know why the formless wants to descend in the material world in the first place. But when it wants to descend, it has to descend taking a form. So that form is material. It is made of Maya. So Krishna, when he comes here, his body is made of Maya. Therefore it is Mayavadam. Actually, Krishna's body is not made of Maya. Our body, yes, this is made of Maya, ingredients. Earth, water, fire, air and ether. Because after we are cremated, we will mix into the... His body is not like Satchidananda Vigraha. Sat-Chit Ananda Vigraha. It is exactly opposite material form. Sat means eternal. Sat means eternal. Chit means full of knowledge. And Ananda means full of bliss, happiness. His body is full of eternity, bliss and knowledge. So, Mayavadam asat shastram prachannam bauddham uchyate. See how he is saying, this is the Mayavad philosophy. When Krishna comes, he has a material form. That is Maya. Mayavad. So, I assume the form of a Brahmana and teach this imagined Mayavad philosophy in order to cheat the atheists, Buddhists. I describe the Supreme Personality of Godhead to be without form and without qualities. Similarly, in explaining Vedanta, I describe the same Mayavad philosophy in order to mislead the entire population toward atheism by denying the personal form of the Lord. Now, the danger of Sankaracharya's philosophy, although he brought Vedas back somehow or other, he squeezed somehow or other, brought Vedas back into India. And that's why you see, the Buddhism has been, although the heart of Buddhism, Buddha was born in India, in Bihar, right? But you see, Buddhist influence is almost completely absent in India. If you see outside the borders of India, it has gone outside like Nepal, Bhutan, Sri Lanka and Tibet, China, Myanmar. But India, almost zero. Very little influence. That is the contribution of Sankaracharya. It was an important one, but it is not an eternal religious principle. It was just a timely necessity. It was not to be continued. Because what he did was even more dangerous than the Buddhism. He brought back Vedas, and from Vedas he preached atheism. Krishna is saying, I am like this, I am like that. He took those words and said, there is no Krishna. It is all some avyakta. Of course, he did say Narayana Parovyaktat. Narayana is beyond this avyakta. He is actually a Vyakti and he is above this. He did say, but he did not stress on it so much. He stressed more on the impersonal aspect. Impersonal means God is not a person, that understanding. It's called impersonalistic understanding. So, you see what else he says. You see, earlier in the Padma Purana, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, now Narayana gave order to Lord Shiva. You see, this is the order under which Dvaparado yuge bhutva kalaya manushadishu swagamay kalpitaistvam cha janan mad vimukhan kuru. Mad vimukhan. Turn the people away from me, Narayana is saying. Because they are misusing me, turn them away from me. I don't want these people. In Kali Yuga, mislead the people in general by propounding imaginary meanings for the Vedas to bewilder them. These are the descriptions of the Puranas. Again, Padma Puran says, Lord Shiva tells Parvati even further, Shrunu Devi Pravakshyami Tamasani Yathakramam Yesham Shravana Matrena Patityam Jnaninam Api. Jnaninam, even my philosophy will be so dangerous that even the most intelligent person in human society will fall to the lowest category just by Shravana Matrena, just by hearing my philosophy. The Lord asked me to preach atheism from Vedas, and I can do it to the best possible way. You see, Shiva, in the form of Rudra, he is in charge of destruction, right? He does not only destroy the entire universe physically, like destroy, but also he destroyed religious principles when he was asked to. Of course, Lord Shiva himself is actually the Param Vaishnava, greatest devotee of Krishna. He is a Vaishnava, Vaishnavanam Yatha Shambhu. There is no equal Vaishnava. Then nobody can be as good a Vaishnava in this universe as Lord Shiva himself. So that's why, because he is a devotee of Narayan, when Narayan ordered him, Janan Mad Vimukhan Kuru, make the people atheistic and away from him. And he did the job so perfectly that his philosophy is so dangerous, so destructive, that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu warned anyone. What is that? Mayavad's Bhashya Sunile Hoi Sarva Nash. If you just hear this Mayavad philosophy, Sarva Nash, all our spiritual advancement will be gone. It is presented in such flowery language and in such poetic way and then in attractive way that one will easily fall for it. Even the Patityam Jnaninam Api, Yesham Shravana Matrena. Now, Tamasani Yathakramam. Tamasa means ignorance. I have preached this philosophy of ignorance in the name of knowledge. Apartham Shruti Vakyanam Darshayallokagarhitam Karma Swarupatyajyatvam Atra Cha Pratipadyate Sarva Karma Paribhramshan Naishkarmyam Tatra Chochyate Paratma Jivayoraikyam Mayatra Pratipadyate. This is a very dangerous philosophy. My dear wife, hear my explanations of how I have spread ignorance through Mayavad philosophy. Simply by hearing it, even an advanced scholar will fall down. In this philosophy, which is certainly very inauspicious for people in general, I have misinterpreted the real meaning of the Vedas and recommended that one give up all activities in order to achieve freedom from karma. Actually, that is not the way to get freedom from karma. If I do any action, there will be equal and opposite reaction, right? That is karma. But, that means if I don't act, then there will be no reaction. No. The problem is we can't remain not acting. Only a dead thing can remain without acting. We as individual living entities, we have to act. Nahi kaschit kshanamapi jatutishtatya karmakrit. Bhagavad Gita says, 3rd chapter, 5th verse. So what is that? Not a single moment we can be existing without doing something. So we ought to do something. We ought to do something. So what should we do? So since we can't do nothing, so every single action is going to have a reaction. So there is another way how to become naishkarmyam. That means no more reaction. Because as long as we have reactions going on, this chain of action and reaction, we will continue to take birth and death in this material world. Some Hindus say, we have only 7 births, after that we go to Swarga Prapti. No, we go to Naraka Prapti. For not 7 births, 7 million births. Okay? There is no respite. Absolutely zero respite. There is no such thing. We will keep on being here as long as our karma cycle is not finished. So how to stop this? Krishna says, Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami. I will relieve you of all sinful reactions, whatever you have. Each action is a seed sown. Even in Bible it is said, as you sow, so shall you reap. That is the law of karma. They do not know. But actually, right there in front of them, he said it. As you sow, so shall you reap. So every, Aprarabdham phalam papam kutam bijam phalonmukham kramenaiva praliyata Vishnu bhakti ratatmanam. So our sins are in different stages. Some sin I have committed maybe 50 lifetimes ago, and that was a seed sown. and it will germinate and become a tree, and when the fruit will come and the fruit ripens, that's when I will face the reaction of that action then. Now. So now I am committing so many actions. These are all seeds sown, and then I have to, experience these in the future. So Krishna says, aprarabdha palam, any stage, whether it's in the seed stage, whether it's in the sapling stage, plant stage, or fruit stage, or ripened fruit stage, any stage, kramena eva praliyata Vishnu bhaktiratatmana, it will be burnt to the roots. Burnt to the roots. So Krishna is giving this assurance. So if we engage our activities in Krishna's service instead of my own service, then yes, that is called surrender. Surrender means karishye vachanam tava. I will do whatever you want to say, whatever you say. Not anymore what I want to do, I will do what I want. No. That has been our problem. That's why we are having this. So now, last, before we end this session, see, he said, I have recommended that one give up all activities in order to achieve freedom from karma. So this is actually like a suicide. Give up everything and then do nothing. He is asking people to do this, Sankaracharya. In this Mayavad philosophy, I have described the Jivatma and Paramatma to be one and the same. We and Paramatma are one. Right? Now I am suddenly Paramatma. I can control the sun. Right? I can't control my bowels. I have to go toilet. I can't control my own body. And I am controlling the sun. Universe. Universes are coming out of my body. Germs are coming out. I have to take bath every day. Otherwise I will stink. And I am Paramatma. This rubbish he preached. How the Mayavad philosophy was condemned by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his followers is described in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antilila. Vedante tu mahashastre Mayavadam avaidikam. Vaidikam means following the principles of the Vedas. Avaidikam means against the principles of the Vedas. Vedante tu mahashastre Mayavadam avaidikam mayaiva vakshate devi jagatam nashakaranat. In order to destroy Kali Yuga, why the whole world is in a terrible situation now? Because of this kind of philosophy. People are everybody you ask, they are having a vague understanding of God. Some power, some impersonal, all this impersonal understanding only, everybody. They are not confident that God is a person. And because he is not a person, then nobody is watching me, I can do whatever I want, I can enjoy. There is no God, there is no witness. It's anarchy. In anarchy, who would thrive? Thieves and rogues will thrive. That is what is happening. Everybody is a thief and rogue, thinking that there is nobody watching. Sorry. Everything is accounted for and will be judged like anything. Yamaraj is there. So in this way, so what happened? He brought back the Vedas. So immediately later on, Ramanujacharya came and completely smashed the philosophy of Sankaracharya. Madhvacharya came again, smashed the philosophy of Sankaracharya. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, completely smashed the philosophy of Sankaracharya and established Vaishnavism. And this movement is still spreading now. So Mayavadam is still there. But with this movement, that's why our movement is the most important movement in the world. In the world. There's no other movement more important than this. Nothing. Oh, what about you? You are just a small organization. What about UN? United Nations. Where is the unity? Can you show me? You'll never have. But with Krishna consciousness only you can have. Because if you want universal brotherhood, you have to accept the universal fatherhood of God. Only if He is the father, then you are brother. Otherwise, what brotherhood we are talking about? So it doesn't even make sense. So we have to first accept. Krishna says, Sarva yonishu kaunteya aham bija pradah pita. I am the father of all species. So that we have to accept. And then only there will be universal brotherhood, universal peace. Everything will be there. So please read. Please take our books. Start reading. And if you have our books, please start reading and attend our classes. We are not presenting anything out of, and we don't have anything now. I have spoken in such tone, but nothing against you. It is just that the sleeping people need some loud shouting to wake up. So this is being streamed live and recorded also. So it will be for eternity. Whoever wants to be woken up, you can watch this. So that's the reason. See, the thing is, we want to drive a point home. We are just sitting with this comfortably, conveniently sitting with lies. That's Vishwambarbu always say. It is better to be hurt by the truth than be comforted with a lie. Hindus want to be comforted by lies. No, that is not our movement. We are not interested in that. We will never mind you are hurt, but we will tell the truth. That is our movement. Yeah? So, why am I hurt by the truth? Because I am in the bubble of lies. So, I have to come out of that. How will that happen? Knowledge. Knowledge. People don't read Bhagavad Gita. That's a problem. Simple book. They don't read. So, please take a copy. You start reading.